Hey, what's up everyone? 2D Toys back with another video. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that sub button and the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. We have tons of great content coming your way like this guy. And for today's figure review, we're going to be taking a look at the G1 Retro Reissue Starscream from Transformers the movie. And I know this guy's an older release, but I've been picking all these figures up and I haven't taken a look at any of them, so I figured why not open them up here and share them with you guys. And like we always do here, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. We'll slide in a little closer so you can see the Transformers the movie logo up there with Unicron in the background. Some step-by-step here of the figure on top. Gorgeous artwork there on the front of Starscream in both modes with the Autobot City background. Starscream, Decepticon Air Commander. Plastic-free packaging. Artwork wraps around the side there, that looks good. On the back here, you got product shots of Starscream in both modes. A little bit of writing there if you want to pause and take a read. The card with the tech specs there. All that looks really good. On the bottom, just words, barcodes. More product shots on this side. One thing I can say about these boxes is they're very thin cardboard. I think just about all of them that I've gotten so far have had some kind of damage on them. So hopefully if they continue to do these, maybe they'll thicken up the boxes a little bit. I feel like they put a lot of effort into the artwork here that looks gorgeous just to put it on a cheap box. But that's about all there is for packaging. We won't waste any more time. Let's get this guy open and check him out. And here we have that Trader Starscream opened up and out of his packaging. He came packaged in jet mode there with all the wings and stuff detached, so I went ahead and put some of that on so we can take a look at the details here. And we'll get in close. Nice light molded gray. Translucent orange for the cockpit. Some painted red there for the sides, mold lines down the middle. Painted highlights down the wings, the Decepticon symbol on both sides. Nice shade of blue there for the tail fins. A little bit of molded lines there at the back. A little hard to see unless they're catching the light. Some dark gray thrusters. They look like they're painted gray. Metal wheels for the landing gear. A little bit of detail here. Some molded details on the launchers with the blue trigger. Painted red down the bottom here for the chest. Metal wheels for the front landing gear. There's Starscream's head hanging out. Not a ton of detail on this guy, but it is a G1 style figure done up to be animation accurate, so I wasn't expecting a ton. I think he looks really good for what he is. Let's take a look at some of the stuff he comes with. Got the instruction sheet here. All the pieces are highlighted in this yellow. Looks decent. Got your 2 sets of missiles. Of course, done in the longer style for the toy safety stuff. Not really much to talk about here on these. And he comes with a set of fists for robot mode. Peg there on the bottom. Hole on top. Looks like these are black plastic and then painted blue. So the paint looks decent on them. And the molded finger details there. And then it comes with a Megatron and gun mode. Decent amount of molded detail there. He actually looks pretty good. Little Decepticon symbol. Bit of details there on the stock piece. Not a bad mold on this guy. And the missiles will just plug into the launchers. It takes a little bit to get them to catch. And you got trigger on the bottom, and they do fire. So that looks good. And it's the same for the other missiles. They slide in the same way. If you can get them to catch. These ones are a little harder to set off, but they'll fire. And I didn't really show it in jet mode, but the launchers here are technically an accessory. They'll peg in on the underneath of the wing, which I already had done. For the robot mode here, they'll just peg on right there on the side of the arms. And the missiles will just plug in the same way. So you have that going. And for the gun Megatron, got a peg here, peg style there. We'll just plug into here. And then he can carry him in jet mode. For the Megatron, the handle will come off down here. You just got a peg, it'll peg into the fist. And the stock has this connection here. That'll peg on. It's a tight fit because of the paint. But it'll just peg on underneath there. So then that way you have him holding the Megatron. I don't have my G1 Starscream handy to compare him to, but let's check out some other size comparisons. Height-wise, look like Starscream's coming in about 8.5 from tail to nose cone. And here we have him stacked up next to a mainline transformer, the Earthrise Starscream. So you get a look at how they compare. I don't have the Tetrajet Starscream anymore, so you can use your imagination. But there he is size-wise next to that mold. And here's Starscream next to a G1 reissue Optimus Prime. You can kind of see how they stack together. And let's get this guy transformed so we can check out his robot mode. And here we have Starscream in his robot mode. We'll slide in a little bit here so we can just take a look at some of the new details. Especially on that head sculpt. Nice job painting that head sculpt. They even painted the sides of the nose cone here to mimic his animation head. That all looks really good. Eyes are painted, face is painted. See more of this painted red detail here now. Went ahead and put the fist on. Same details from jet mode. You see these details a little bit better. The blue. And all the same stuff from jet mode there. Not a bad painted figure. I think he looks really good. And for some size comparisons, here he is standing next to the Earthrise Starscream again. And next to a G1 reissue Optimus Prime, so you can see how they scale together. And in robot mode, looks like Starscream stands about 5 inches to the top of the head and about 5 3/4 to the top of the shoulders. And normally we would do an articulation section here. Being a G1 figure, I don't know if you guys even care to see it. Just the same as the original figure and not much. Arms go up and down. You can get them out a little bit. A little bit of movement here in the wings. Technically, I guess the toes will go up due to transformation. And you can probably move these around a little bit, but not much if you still want him to stand. That's really it for articulation on guys like these, but there it is.
Oh, how it pains me to do this. Well, as Megatron has, how shall we say, departed, I nominate myself as the new leader.
And final thoughts wise, he's a pretty good figure. He's not as heavy as the original G1 figure is, but they kept some die cast in there, so all that looks really nice. The paint's all applied nicely, it looks clean. The tones and the colors that they use for the animation style, I think everything comes through really nice. The blues look really great. The reds are nice and deep. The details on the wings all look good. There's really not much added here, but what they did add, especially the paint on the side of the head, comes across really nice. I wasn't expecting them to paint the fist, and that looks good, although you might get some paint wear from that bottom peg if you utilize the Megatron, but I think the paint on the hands all look good. Accessory-wise, I mean, he comes with what he's supposed to come with. I'm surprised that they kept the spring function in the missiles, so that's nice. Although mine, the trigger on them is a little iffy. It's hard to get the missiles to peg in, to lock in, and then once you get them locked in, it takes a little bit of work to get them to fire, but the functionality is there, so that's nice because I feel like normally they would have just left that stuff out. I think the Megatron looks good. I think it's got a decent amount of sculpted detail, and it's painted fairly nice. It fits okay on the hand. The stock looks a little weird hanging from the bottom of the fist, but again, it's a G1 accessory on a G1 style figure. It's not going to implement flawlessly, and I think it looks pretty good for what they was able to do. The articulation on it is exactly what you would expect it to be for a G1 figure. So they didn't add anything, but they didn't take anything away. So I have really no issues there. I'm excited to get some of the other ones out and kind of compare them all together. Hopefully the other releases just look as good as this one. I can definitely find a place for this guy on my shelf next to my G1 figures. I'm kind of hoping that they continue to go with this line, and I'm hoping maybe we'll kind of see some of the reissues that we don't normally see. I feel like all the reissues we've gotten are always the Optimus, the Seekers, the Blaster, the Soundwave, the Insecticons. Give me a Springer, give me a Blur, give me a reissue cut. I mean, all those in these animation colors I think would look really good. I mean, obviously we're not gonna get a Megatron, but give me a Galvatron, Cyclonus. All those would be great reissues in these tune accurate colors. But honestly, I can say if you can get this guy for a good price, he's worth picking up. It's fun to mess with. I wouldn't replace my G1 Starscream with him, but it's a nice throwback to the movie, and the animation colors look great on it. And that's really all there is to say on this guy. This has been my review of the G1 Retro Reissue Starscream from Transformers the Movie. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, hop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this figure. I would love to know what you guys think about some of the stuff that we're taking a look at. I'll try to drop a couple links in the description down below where you can possibly still pick this guy up at. Also, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. I'll have those links in the description below. As always, I just want to thank everybody for stopping by. We really appreciate it. We can't wait to bring you more content like this and look at the rest of these G1 Retro reissues. And until next time, for the love of toys, we'll see you.